Welcome back to the channel. My name is Son. You're watching the Football Corner. Man City 4, Arsenal 1. Let's get into this. Let's wrap it. Back to the channel. First of all, if you're new, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on the game. 4-1 Arsenal versus City. Let's just call it what it is. Men versus boys. It wasn't a competition at all. We didn't really go there to compete. We got run over, run out the park. It was just from beginning to end. It was a complete domination, and they decimated us from beginning to end, completely. And for me, that was one of the poorest performances I've seen this season. The poorest performances I've seen this season. For us to just drop off like that, and we almost came in there with the losing mentality already. Like we just came in there with the thought, you know what, we've lost already. You know, let's just hold back. Let's just not really give it all. Let's just stay back, stay reserved. Let's just soak in the pressure. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. That was not fighting like a champion. Respectfully, like, team's got to be doing better there. There was just bad performances. Team looked scared. They really feared City, and that's worrying for me. That means I got to question myself and say, is the mentality that they have a fear of City now, or? You know, you got to question this stuff, because I can't be having my team scared of City. Yeah, you can go into a game and respect the opponent, such as a City, which is an amazing team, by the way, and props to them, because they completely outplayed us, never took it out of third gear, were relaxed for most of the game. Start of the game, they came out firing, but after like 30 minutes, started getting relaxed, started passing it about. But for them to be scared, that shows a mentality of fear, and it's not good enough. Personally, I'm saying it's not good enough. There's no way that you've been at the top for most of the season and then come to the Etihad and put that performance out there. You have to be making better performances there. You have to be making a better game of it. It's got to be more competitive from you guys. People just giving the ball away so easily while in possession, not making the possession count. There's so many factors to yesterday's game that lead to why we got embarrassed, and it was not even an unfair result. To be honest, we were lucky, because it should have been more. It should have been more. Like, they completely put us out on the table and said, yep, let's dismantle them piece by piece. That's it. The game plan was fairly simple. Odegaard would press by himself because nobody else pressed with him. Once Odegaard pressed, his loose man would get picked up by another man, which the other man would get picked up by another man, and it would leave somebody in the attack that's free, and then they'd put a ball over the top, and either the free man, or most of the time Haaland, who was the free man, would get onto that ball, outmuscle the centre back, and that's it. So it doesn't. I don't understand how I can see that and the manager can't see that. Now, getting on to the manager, came into this game, didn't make any changes. No changes to the team at all. Went in with the same team, which showed Mikel Arteta's immaturity and lack of experience. Showed his lack of experience as a manager. Pep, on the other hand, showed his experience as a manager, because he showed that coming into that game, he knew what he needed to do. He knew the players that he needed to put on. He knew what the game plan was, and he made sure to let the players know what the game plan was as well, and the players literally performed it to perfection. They made us look like we were nothing. The first game was our mistake. There were many mistakes in that first game against City at home, which led to goals. This second game at the Etihad, they just dismantled us. They were the better team overall. Kevin De Bruyne, just outstanding. Erling Haaland playing like a false nine, or even just getting into the middle, trying to do the link-up play, not even scoring goals. He had a few shots, but they went wide or they were saved. But most of the game he was doing link-up play, helping out. That's the level I want to achieve. I want to be from where we are right now. I want to be to that level, a City level. And yeah, I can understand people were going to say, oh, but look at the money that they spend. Look at the way their team is gelled together. But listen, at the end of the day, they've worked on this. They've been at the top for a long time. So they've had experience in title races. And this team is still very inexperienced. They're still very young. They've showed amazing performances this season. They've had amazing performances this season. But today they showed at times that they're still a young team. They're still learning. So listen, unfortunately guys, lads, you bottled it. You bottled the league from where you were, and that was due to lack of experience, and that was due to certain managerial decisions, certain decisions in the transfer market. Although realistically, Jorginho came on yesterday, had an amazing game. Trossard, an amazing game. Reece Nelson, an amazing game. Other than that, I can't really say anybody else had an amazing game. I can't even say they had an average game. Pretty below par. So guys, listen, it was just such a disappointment for us to come out here, and I was expecting us to put up more of a fight than we did, but instead we went out there and we looked like we feared them completely, and we deserved what we got. But I'm gonna go on to my player ratings so I can get this wrapped up. Ramsdale, I'm gonna give him a 4. Ben White, I'm gonna give him a 5. Rob Holding, Gabriel Magalhaes, they're both getting 3s. Zinchenko's getting a 1.5. Thomas Partey, a 1.5. I'll give him a 1.5. Xhaka is getting a 3. Odegaard is getting a 4. Martinelli is getting a 4. Didn't have much to do. The ball didn't really go down that side that much. He was pretty much left out of the game. Saka is going to get a 4. Quiet in the game. Had the ball in some possessions, but just couldn't do anything. Couldn't get through. Gabriel Jesus is getting a 2. Just wasn't really up to it. The team wasn't really up to it today. However, Jorginho, I'll give him a 6. Trossard, I'll give him a 6. Reece Nelson, I'll also give him a 6. Because they were actually the star performers for us when they came on. They showed energy, they showed passion, they showed that they were willing to fight. And that leads me on to the manager, who's going to get a 2 from me. Because for you not to change something in the team before putting that team out against Man City is poor. So poor, and it shows the lack of experience, which I'm not going to say Arteta out, because he's still shown us some things in his game which show that he can get to the top level and he can win stuff with Arsenal. But Arteta needs to do some serious thinking and needs to eradicate these mistakes out of his managerial career. He needs to look at these failures and he needs to learn from them. He needs to learn that substitutes need to be made at a certain time. He needs to learn that sometimes you need to try out different things. Don't stick with the same formation, because you start to become so predictable. A number of times he's been predictable and come out and put the same starting 11, same players, even after the players put in bad performances, still putting in the same players. Listen guys, like I said, today, boys versus men. Man City bossed us, completely played us off the park, and for me, there needs to be some serious thought going into these next few games, because these games need to be won. They can't be lost. We need to make sure we win all these games. So if City slip up, if they slip up, we're there to pick up the pieces and run away with this title. Anyway, guys, like I said before, if you're new, make sure to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts down below on the game. Let me know what your player ratings were for the team and what your manager rating is for Mikel Arteta. As always, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I love you all. Come on, you Gunners.